Catus Maximus here. I'm just doing a little video because I thought this was kind of an interesting idea, although a little ill-fated. These are like high security window lock bolts, and that's really what they are. Is they're big old 3-inch bolts that have a special proprietary security head, and you only can use this key. They actually are kind of oddly shaped. You get this little set, you get 6 bolts, you get 6 washers. The idea is you would you drill a 1/4-inch hole and then you would countersink 5/8. Wow, that's actually super tight fitting. You can barely get the fasteners through there. And then this forms this is like a metal collar to prevent the wood from getting all beat up. And what I mean is these are window locks. They show them on, where's our, I thought they had a better, here's their little image. And that's what it is. You're just bolting your windows shut. And so there's a lot of other ways, and if you're going to do the kind of damage like drilling a big old hole through your window frame and countersinking for the special washer, once again, that's so when you're torquing and untorquing, this doesn't continue to suck through the piece of wood, but so this mounts flush so that the collar will mount flush. And I'll do a little demonstration on a piece of wood here. You could also do it on the surface, and it might, act as a spinner. But, if somebody's going to break the window, they're going to crawl through, and they could potentially be a fire hazard because they take time and they're difficult to remove. And so how they're a security fastener is they're just a round head with one little flat, and you have this kind of oddball specialty key. And so you're supposed to use what is like a little faucet key to actually, thread these in and out. And I thought, that's kind of a hassle. If they're already recessed, I guess the idea is to prevent somebody from coming around and using a socket, but they should have just made a special socket, kind of like a lug nut, so it may have been easier to install and remove rather than just using this key. This might be, I wouldn't even recommend this on basement windows, although that seems to be the idea. Some type of window that you're really not going to open. So anyway, I just want to see how tough it is to screw in, so I'm going to quickly make a test hole. So the idea here is we're just going to drill a 1/4-inch hole pretty deep. Let me get my bolt. That should be pretty deep. And then you countersink, supposedly with another drill bit, unless you have like a flat bottom bit like a Forstner, then you'd use that first. Instead, we'll just use what's known as a Silver and Deming drill bit. Make sure I have it in a good spot. Silver and Deming drill bits are just short drill bits that have 1/2-inch shanks, but much larger drilling sizes. Whoop. Oh, didn't quite get that in there right. This one has a flat on it. Should be deep enough. So the whole point of that exercise was to really just see how hard it is to thread in. This is Douglas fir, so it's going to be a common material. And I suspect that's going to be the biggest issue. Well, they did 1/4-inch, so I can already tell what they've done is a 1/4-inch. It should have been just like a 64 smaller. The 1/4-inch is just enough for the threads to get just a little bit of catch, but not to make it too hard to screw in. Anyway, and then the little 5/8. I guess I got to thread this all the way down to get this collar to kind of suck in there. Huh. Maybe drill this hole. They did indeed say 5/8 on the back, so and there's actually not enough traction of the fastener to actually get this washer to sink down, so you could tap that down. Anyway, so they oversized the hole so it doesn't get a very good grip, but it's enough, I guess, to keep the bolt from falling out. It's just so annoying that, if you want to really secure your window, that you got to use this key, and these special bolts and thread them in and out. Kind of harsh. If you're going to drill some holes, there's some better options. Anyway, I just thought it was an interesting idea because, you know, technically it's super secure. I mean, they're not going to have the key to unscrew that, so they'll just break the window anyway and have to, you know, crawl through the broken glass. But thought it was kind of an interesting idea, just not so good in practice. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.